Hello, welcome everyone, it's Meredith. I am here with our daily reading for Tuesday, the 11th of December, 2018. We are using Moon Void Tarot today, another artist deck. I found that on Etsy. Love the artist decks. Okay, watch your weekly forecast. It's time-stamped for you so you can scroll ahead to the day you want to watch. And watch your December monthlies. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus videos. They are in a playlist for you, and all of it will be linked for you at the end of this video. Let's get started. Card on the bottom of the deck today. King of Cups. Ooh, I love me the King of Cups. Mr. Love, Mr. Intuition, Mr. Loyalty, Kings and Queens. They're all about our self-mastery as a person in our life. This is a deeply intuitive person, and most likely empathic, most likely involved in the healing arts in some way, or this is us with our intuitive, empathic, healing nature that everybody wants a little bit of. The nice thing about the King of Cups, while he may have a small circle of friends, they are deeply loyal friends. Here's another message of quality over quantity. And let's see how he connects to the rest of the reading, though, because I'm feeling something else from that card, but I don't want to go too far into it until I see what else we have here. And yeah, we start out with the Knight of Swords. Oh, this dude. Mr. Impetuous. Loves blood on his sword. So knights, as you know, they convey messages between cards from one card to the next. So we're going to need to see the next card, but we're going to need to see the message being conveyed. Anyway, the Knight of Swords, he's quick, he's fast, he's impetuous, he does not ask questions. And like I am fond of telling you all, if you are riding on his horse with him and you fall off, he's not coming back. You're going to have to find a new ride. Because he doesn't look back. He delivers his message efficiently. Okay, here we go. The message being conveyed. Two of Swords. So, a decision. Something that has been making a decision around something related to... Actually, my guides are telling me to pull another card before I go on. Alright. There it is. Interesting. Let's complicate this and throw the Lovers in there. Which is a choice, which means we're going to need cards for that too. Anyway, the Two of Swords is kind of a stalemate card. It's an indication that no decision has been reached, and one needs to consult their inner guidance, hence the King of Cups. Inner guidance, intuition, empathic nature, clairvoyance, clairaudience, however you receive it, this is where you need to go to sort the situation before you, which is related to some kind of relationship, some kind of connection. This is about making a decision in a relationship, a loving relationship. The Two of Swords indicates that we need to shut out some of the chaos in our environment, outside influences. We need to, tune them out, turn them down, and get into our own heart space, connect our head and our heart, and listen to our own intuition. This is why the Moon is there. I love that her third eye is closed. It means she's not looking anymore. And her eyes are blindfolded. So she's not looking outside herself, which is beautiful. It's a great message. Do not look outside yourself for anything. Look within first. So there feels as though with that Knight, he's so impetuous, he's so intense and forward focused that he doesn't always see what's in the periphery. So it's interesting that we have the Lovers here, and we're going to need additional cards to clarify the Lovers, because my sense of it there is that what this Knight does not look at in the periphery, the Lovers will. and the King of Cups will sort all of it. So let's take a look at the choice being made on the Lovers, how the Knight connects to it, and what the King has got to do with it all. And then what our ultimate decision will be. So the card to the left that will come to the left of the Lovers is the most likely outcome, or let me call it the well-worn path. It's the way we would normally or typically choose. For me, that means that we'll go with what's safe or what's expected. Though, and I know I'm using challenging words there, and I'm doing that deliberately because so many of us are talking about how we want to do things differently. Here comes our first card. How we want to do things differently, which means that we need to think differently, ponder differently, and act differently. So the card to the left of the Lovers is the Emperor. This means that we need to engage our vast life experience when making a decision, a choice in this relationship scenario. The King of Cups here connected to this tells me that the person that we are thinking about in the Lovers card is noble, honorable, reliable, generous, kind, humorous, loves love, is a love. Lots of great qualities. The decision, though, I feel like we're tuning into two parts here. In the Two of Swords, I feel like we have been in a state of allowing with this relationship, and we've had intentions, goals, and dreams that it will take root, that it will expand and grow. And certainly we're having a lot of messages about that in the cards lately. It's shown up repeatedly in the weekly forecast, and it has shown up repeatedly in the dailies over the last couple of weeks. Not every day, but frequently enough that it's now becoming familiar. So here we have the Emperor. This is, in this case, when I say the card to the left, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Let me go back here. So we've been in a pattern of allowing, and some of us think of it in terms of waiting, as if we are waiting for someone else to make a decision about this connection, this relationship that we have, this friendship. And the Knight of Swords is like, would you get to the point already? Could we just decide and then move on and grow this, build it, so on? But it's not that simple. You can't just rush out onto the field of love and say, I choose you. And that's it, we're happily ever after. You know, there's a lot of other free will choice involved here with the other person, and that's where the stalemate energy comes from on this too. There's a sense that the other individual, in your opinion, has been dragging their feet or showing you what's possible but not delivering it. And now you're at a point where you want to decide, should I continue to invest my precious energy in this, or should I move on? And there's yet another stalemate because there's a lot of goodness. What's good is really good. And it's better even than, without the commitment, it's better than some of the committed relationships you've had. So it's interesting. So we're falling to the Emperor here. We're looking or leaning on the Emperor here because we have an idea of vision for how we think relationships should go, how we think it should be. You know, if you're into this for a number of months, you're thinking, well, by now we should have had our first date and we haven't, so what's up? Then we, you know, could go through the whole hamster wheel in our head and think of all the reasons why we might not be good enough for this relationship. My sense of it is it has nothing to do with that. The other piece, the other side of this, I feel, is that the person that we're thinking of on the Lovers card is in the same position. Their circumstances and scenarios are different than ours, though. They have, and this is a message that came from the cards for so many weeks through the summer, that they went, we did this too, but we're ready to move. We're ready to take action. We're ready to be the knight, okay? The other person feels as though, intuitively, when I look at all this, that they're not exactly in the Knight of Swords situation, but they have that passion. They have that fire. And my feeling is they've gone through a long period of healing and did a lot of work to recover from their prior relationships. So they're tentative about getting back into relationship. But here's the other side to that. If it's so good for you and better than committed relationships you've had and you haven't even had your first date yet, it's the same for them. They're like, wow, you know what? I was so done with relationship and then I met you. And now you have me considering it again. But they're slow. They're very slow about it, which is unusual because we have this Knight of Swords who's so fast. The card to the right of the Lovers is the Heart's Desire, what we prefer to do. And I'm going to suggest that you consider the card to the right seriously today, whatever it is, because you want something different. You got to do it different. So our card is the Strength card. Look at that. This card is amazing. It has a lot of connections in tarot. It's number 8 in the major arcana. 8s are super stable. They're also about dynamic movement. It's a heart-centered card, and it's harmonizing energies. In tarot, the Star card connects to the Strength card because there are 8 stars in the sky, and the person on the Star card is always looking to their guiding star. So in this particular deck, you see the guiding star with the infinity symbol right here in the crown. So this is head and heart. So what I suggest here is that you follow your heart and you do so well-informed like the King of Cups would. Kings and queens rule kingdoms, right? They rule a realm. So this isn't about necessarily throwing caution to the wind and not looking in the periphery. This is now saying we must look into the periphery, Knight of Swords. And this is what's there. So if you want a different result, bring your life experience, bring your intentions, goals, and dreams, and follow your heart. Just do it in an informed king or queen type way. Whew. Okay, and now for the rest of the reading. Next card, the Moon. All right. Connecting that with the Knight of Swords, which is now buried under all these other cards, the Moon is what we don't see. Some say this is a card of deception, secrets, and illusions. And I say that the Moon is, it engages our intuitive gifts. So we're being asked to listen to our intuitive gifts, follow them, and run them through our life experience, Emperor card. The Moon is borrowed light of the sun, so you have the light of the sun here, which is all warmth, love, light, happiness, joy, right? So that is infused in the Moon, but because it rides the night sky, there are things we don't see in the silvery shadows that it casts. And, wow, that was actually a bit poetic. And it's okay to not see, and it's okay to not know. This card to me feels like encouragement to say, do your best. Just do your absolute possible best in the moment, in the coalescing energies between head and heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. It's there in both cards, Lovers and Strength. It's really sweet. And I feel that the Moon is saying it's okay to not know. It's okay to have a mystery. And now I'm so very fond of saying what's mysterious is becoming less mysterious. And it is when we follow our intuitive guidance, it becomes less mysterious. The king knows it, which is why we usually see him gazing into his cup, just like we do the queen. He's looking at the intuitive realm and considering all possibilities. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like that card needs a clarifier too. So pages they're messengers as well. The Page of Pentacles brings the message that everything has its own season. And to be in harmony with that, oh, here we go. Yeah, to be in harmony with that, we get the Three of Pentacles. Brings peace, ease, and grace to us. The Three of Pentacles is allowing our skills and talents to shine. And I feel, as it connects over here, where things may have dragged on a bit and we went into the, oh, I'm taking this personally, what's wrong with me, why is this not developing? It seems we're turning the page on that. If we're going to follow our intuitive guidance, we're going to know that that's the frightened ego. So we're going to give that some nurturing love, put it to rest. We're going to move on into our guiding star, into our intuitive gifts, and we're going to come to the Page of Pentacles telling us that everything has its own right season. It has a harmony. It has a flow. You can't rush it. You can't slow it down either. It's got its own pace. But if we harmonize to that pace, there's peace, ease, and grace, and then our skill and our talent is engaged in a way that is proactive for us. We could stagnate and frustrate if we do it the other way, where we're trying to rush it or to slow it down even. The push here is to listen to your inner guidance, connect to your guides, angels, ancestors, the all that is, and conduct yourself from that energy, from those frequencies. It will serve you so much more in terms of harmony and happiness within your own self. Next card. Another page. Page of Wands. So, okay, we have ambition, we have enthusiasm, but we've got 2 pages down. Which means that in the message of crossing thresholds, stepping through gateways into a new realm of experience, 5 weeks of that message, sort of coming into a 6th week with it as well, we are somewhat untested and untried in these new frequencies. And that could be the mystery that we discover within our own selves off the Moon card. So here again, the message gets reinforced to harmonize to everything having its own right season. Being in the flow, being in a state of allowing with that. It brings us peace in our heart space. There's less angst. There's less stress, struggle. I'm staring at the Emperor card now, though. Going back to the beginning of the reading, there is a tendency toward control and rushing in. And these 2 energies can create quite a folly for us. And maybe even, if you're lucky, a comedy of errors, we'll say. So I feel that these 2 cards are a caution here. The Emperor is above the King. The Emperor, the Empress, they are above the kings and queens. So while the kings and queens bring us self-mastery, which is wonderful, by comparison, the kings and queens are like pages to the Emperor, the Empress. So consider that we have the Emperor here. He's encouraging us toward this message. We want something that's linear, structured, ordered, and with expectation. But what we're delving into, you can't have expectation, structure, or order because it's coming together. It's being manifested. And if we're going to follow our intuitive guidance and we're going to follow our hearts, there's not a lot of structure and order in that. There is life experience, though, so bring the best of that. Allow there to be some mystery, the unknowable, the unseeable. Allow for the adventure of discovery in this journey. That's what I'm getting. Bring all your talent and all your skill into these new energies. We got 2 pages, so there's us being untried, untested, but we can bring what we have to these new frequencies. We can enjoy them, we can celebrate them, we can fall down in the mud, we can mess it up. There's there's room for, what do I want to say? There are wide margins here. You can't screw it up. You can't make a mistake. Next card. Another king, King of Pentacles. So now we have 2 kings in the reading and an emperor. I feel that we have the opportunity to get real messy here without a lot of negative consequence. So if we have a page saying everything in its own season, then we have a king in the same suit. He has a vision for the potential unfolding. So he plans for, prepares for in the now. He brings all of his experience, which is considerable, to the now. And every action he takes, he understands that there is a long-term potential reward for it. And I love that he's under the moon too. He doesn't necessarily know what it will be, but he trusts that it will. And we could bring some of that to what's over here when it comes to this relationship. And I like that you have this king, that we have this king, because he's really stable. So we have the best of this king and the best of the King of Cups. He's super stable, he's generous, he's wise, he's a visionary. And then you have the inner visionary with this king, and he's soft and he's loving and also generous and passionate. So great qualities. It's worth allowing for. Last card here, the star. Oh, look at that. We have the star connected to the strength card. This is a card reminding us to keep the faith, to stay focused, enlightened on our goals, dreams, and intentions. Also, I feel as she looks over here at this situation, she knows she wants a king. She knows she wants an emperor. And she has settled for less before. She's accepted crumbs, and she understands the consequence of that. So here is the message repeated again. Quality over quantity, worth allowing for, worth journeying for, worth being in the unknown and the unseen for a little bit. That's okay, because, you know, this is what she's desiring. This is what she wants to create, and she's not going to settle for less than she deserves. So that's her message to us. And also, the star is usually shown in a river, and it's indicative of participating in this flow that we see on the Page of Pentacles, in the Knight of Pentacles as well. So going with the flow, being in that state of allowing, it just keeps repeating. So as we are newly on the other side of this threshold gateway, and we don't have a lot of experience here in that new energy, we do have a ton of experience from the journey thus far. And we're being encouraged to make some choices, but those choices are to be made from within our heart space and within our known life experience, so that we can create the highest and greatest outcome in these new energies and not settle for less than we desire or deserve. Whoa, that's a bit of a deep one. Okay, I'm going to continue with the theme, this new theme of doing the Romance Angel cards as well, because so many of you have been asking for these messages, and I'm all for it. The December monthly videos have encouraged this new thing. Okay, this new theme. First card, children. Your love life is being affected by children. So, to be quite literal, some of you are making decisions about relationship because there are kids involved. And it's not just about you. All right. Next card. Here we go. Worth waiting for. I change waiting to allowing. This is worth allowing for. The star knows it. The kings know it. The emperor knows it. Don't settle for less is the message there. And if the other person, the one you're thinking of on the Lover's card, is not moving at the pace you're moving at, come into harmony with that. There are things you may not know, and they will come to light in their own season. But give it the space. Give it the space to let that happen. Don't be the Knight of Swords in that situation. Next card. Whoa. Okay, not the whole deck. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Putting that with the star. Yeah, it's not moving at the pace you want, and I feel you're going to get what you want, just not the way you wanted it, the way you thought it would go, Emperor. It doesn't, there's no formula. It's not a list of ingredients. It's not really a recipe, and we're looking to an old system of belief and expectation and feeling as though it should be this way or it should be that way, and it isn't. And it's not, because you're in a new realm of experience, living at a completely different frequency. You're being asked to follow your heart. You're being asked to merge your head and your heart in your heart space and lead that way. Conduct your life that way. So you're going to have to allow for things to be different. Okay. I also want to do one of the Celestial Origin Healing Runes. This deck is created by my friend Janet. She's an amazing energy healer. And she made this beautiful deck. So these symbols on these cards will just bring you a beautiful healing energy. So what can we have for our Tuesday? Sweet! Angelic Presence. What a perfect card. You know, if ever we needed an angelic presence, it's here in our decision-making process. And I did say earlier in the reading, connect with your guides, angels, ancestors, the all that is, to help you in these situations. Because, as I was saying, there is no formula, there is no recipe. And the relationships we're in now are so different, a real far cry from other relationships we've had in the past and moved on from. Okay. Angel Answers, this is your opportunity to ask a question, so please do. Listen to your intuition. Do you think the cards are trying to hammer a message home? I wonder. Okay. Can't seem to handle the cards very well. This has come out a lot too. There's no need to worry. There really isn't. Staying connected in our heart space is just the way to go. It alleviates worry. Okay. Gosh, I can't really shuffle well today at all. This whole deck has almost gone on the floor about 4 times. Okay, here it is. Peaceful resolution. Yeah, you know, peaceful resolution is found within your own self. So the image on the 2 of Swords, I'm drawn to that when I see this card. Peace is within you. Yeah. This guy, not so peaceful. I mean, he's very important. We couldn't have tarot without him. There is a time and a space for him, though his impetuous nature is a caution to us. So no rushing, no pushing. Peaceful resolution, that's the way to go. Angelic presence, call on that. Your vast life experience, your skills and talents. That's what's required. Okay. Last card. from Notes from the Universe. This is our affirmation card for the day. Karma is on your side. Yeah. If you could read all the minds that I read, hear all the prayers that I hear, and beat all the hearts that I beat, I wonder if you'd even believe how often you're thought of, talked about, and fallen in love with. It's payback time. The universe. What a sweet message. Allow this. Allow yourself to be fallen in love with. I haven't thought of it that way. You know, we are so focused on what we feel, how we feel it, what we desire, how we desire it, that sometimes, not even sometimes, I wonder how often we actually do think about someone falling in love with us. When was the last time you considered it? And if you are considering it, it's worth allowing for. Yeah. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe here on the channel. Deeply appreciated. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Happy to have you here. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can do that in the description box below. I will be back very soon with Wednesday's message. Bye for now, everyone. Have a beautiful day.